we going to start 4-on-4? Are they going to give them both a delay a game? Nothing else.
11 and a half left in the first. 1-0 us. We have 7 shots. They have 0. 7 minutes left in the first. 1-0 us. Nothing us. 6 minutes left in the first. Cinco to Braden to Jackson. It sounds like the stream is blurry again. Really sorry. Best I can do. I'll try to call out lines, very least. So we got Kevin Jackson, Braden up front. We've got Jake and Nate in back. Face off back to Nate, bringing it up the sidewall. Haven chips it in. Fighting at the blue. All right, Winterhawks come out with the pucks, cycling it around. Jake grabs it, back to Braden. Dancing with the puck a little bit. Loses it at center ice, takes it back up at center ice, bringing it in with speed, loses it at the blue. Lots of shenanigans down in their zone. Roman with a hell of a save there. Jake carrying the puck up to Braden. Caven's coming off on a change. He's coming off. Cooper pops on. Winterhawks have the puck on a rush. Cooper demolishes a kid up by the penalty boxes. Jackson bringing the puck across center ice and into the zone. Chips it in. We got Jackson, Braden, and Cooper out there as forwards. Connor and Bentley in back. Shot. Beckham saves. Beckham with another save. Braden catches one up high. And the Winterhawks grab the puck on a rush. Heading across center ice. Loses the puck at the top of the zone. We grab it below the goal line and swing it around out of the zone. Winterhawks regroup in their defensive zone. Grab it at center ice and shenanigans at center ice. Bentley picks up the puck on the far side. Swings it over to Braden. Braden enters the zone with speed. Nice shot over Beckham's head. We have Parker, Zach, and Braden out there. Braden around back to Connor. Connor puts one on net. Looking for a tip. Winterhawks shipping it out of their zone. Bentley at center ice. Over to Braden on the far side. Haydendorf smacks him at the blue line. Babicki joins forward group. Connor over to no one, actually. Loses it at center ice. Winterhawks go offsides. We got Wolfie, Will, and Cinco up front, Nate and Anson in the back. We win the face-off, Wolfie pulls it out and wheels across center ice, entering the zone real fast. Puts it on net and Beckham freezes it. Three minutes left in the first, 2-0 us. Will wins the face-off back to Wolfie, who smacks it right into Beckham with a chest save and a beauty. Chest save and a beauty. We're making sure he gets his calisthenics this morning. All right, Will on the face-off. Winterhawks win it around the back. Hayden wheeling. Decides that he wants to have a wrestling match with Cinco. Looks like Winterhawks come away with it, but we pick it up at center. Winterhawks take it behind the goal line, shipping it up the half wall there. Nate keeps it in the zone. Cinco chips it over to Wolfie in the slot. And Hayden chips it around the back of the net, all the way around. Anson picks it up, cycling around. Cinco back to the blue line. Anson looking for Wolfie out front. Will on a mission. Cinco's going to pick that puck up on the far side, looking for some room. Anson chips it up high. Back to Wolfie behind the net, looking for Will out front. Puts one on net. All right, Cinco picks it up on... Nope, Cinco loses it on the far wall. Winterhawks are heading back with speed, enter their zone. It's a 2-on-4. They lose it below the goal line. And we have a penalty on... It's a trip. I don't know who it's on. Nate, buck and a half for tripping. 1:43 left in the first. 2-0 us. 14-2 shots. It's a bright and beautiful 80 degrees here in... I don't know, are we in Richland? Kennewick? I don't know, traffic wasn't bad. But we'll let you know traffic and weather on the 8th. All right, Winterhawks pull it back to their blue, fighting along the far wall. They try to get it high in the slot, lose it at their blue, and Braden and Jackson on a rush, entering the zone with speed. Jackson whips a shot over Beckham's shoulder, missed the net. Braden picks it up on the half wall, fighting through, carrying the puck down below the goal line. Takes a big hit, and Winterhawks get it out of their zone. Heading into their zone with speed, they're playing chip and chase. Connor picks it up below the goal line, looking for some space. Braden and Jackson again on a rush, and Braden gets around their only defenseman and goes over to Jackson for the backdoor tapper. 2-0 us, 3-0 us. 55 seconds left in the period, 42 seconds left on the penalty. Just as a reminder, we are on the penalty kill. Parker, Zach, and Jake up front with Connor in back, although I have a feeling Jake will drop back to D as we enter the defensive zone. We win the face-off and carry it into their zone. Zach forechecking down below their goal line, giving chase. Winterhawks take it around to their half wall, near side. Parker wins it. Takes a hit into the Zam corner, or what would be the Zam corner. Pops it out to Beckham up front, who freezes it. Going to have an offensive zone face-off here, near side. All right, we win the face-off. Connor controls deep in their zone. Hit below the goal line. Looks like Winterhawks are going to control and work on exiting their zone. But we picked it up at the blue line and decided that either we didn't know we were offsides or we couldn't be not offsides, or, you know, it's a frozen piece of rubber and it bounces, probably the last one. Then again, I'm terrible at hockey. What do I know? Zach Parker, Jake still out there, but we have a new player in the mix, Bentley. All right, fight at their blue. Winterhawks having trouble entering the zone, and they are offsides. We have 2 seconds left on penalty. Nate's going to jump out, so it looks like we are going to drop 3 forwards out and 1 D. Connor back, Cooper, Wolfie, and Will up front. All right, we win the face-off. Cooper drops it back to Connor, over to Wolfie near side. He takes a hit at the blue line. Winterhawks catch it, but we control it in the slot. Cooper takes a shot, and that's what we have. End of 1, 3-0. Shots are 16-2. Hope the commentary is helping. First time. Shots are 16-2. Scott, what do you think the key to victory in the second period is?
Just getting pucks down low, shots on the net.
All right. You heard the man. Got to get pucks deep, got to get shots on net. Got to do the work in the dirty areas. Starting the second with Braden, Jackson, and Parker on the far side. Jake and Nate in back. All right, we win it back to Nate, who drops it to Braden, who's going to enter the zone with speed. All right, we win the board battle up the side, pass across to Parker up front. All right, chip it out of the zone. Looks like they're not going to call the ice, and he's not going to get to the ice. Jackson picks it up in our defensive zone, brings it around, swings it back behind the net to a waiting Nate, who chips it up to Parker, exiting our defensive zone. Braden goes after the puck, and then Winterhawks get it to center ice, control it at center ice, enter the zone. Try to get it to the slot, but we grab it. Braden coming through center ice with speed, loses it. We pick it back up. Jake chips it in deep, going deep into the zone with speed. Jake makes chase behind the net. They chip it over to Braden. We pick it back up. Jake drops it to Nate, tries to get one on net, but can't get it through traffic. Braden over to Jackson on the far side. Jackson takes a shot, can't get it through the traffic. Second shot goes behind the net. Winterhawks trying to get it out of the zone, but can't. Now they can. Now they got it across center ice. They get a shot right as they enter the zone, but Roman Gets a good blocker on it, then freezes it. Lining up in our defensive zone, we've got Zach, Cooper, and Wolfie with Anson and Connor backing them up. Winterhawks control the face-off back to the blue. We block a shot from Hayden. Foot race back into our O zone. Hayden stops at the face-off dot, turns around, tries to get it across ice, gets it out. We chip it into the zone, but can't get it deep enough. Winterhawks bring it below the goal line for us. And we have Parker to Cooper right out front, but Beckham makes a great save. Wolfie takes it around back. Zach swings it around. Looks like there's shenanigans in front of the net. Oh, now there's a lot of shenanigans out front. Looks like we had Wolfie and I think Quinn Houlihan was in there. Let's see, we got Wolfie going into the box. Who's going in the box with a red helmet? Yes, that in fact was Quinn Houlihan. So we're going to be playing 5-on-5 here. So we're going to have a face-off in our defensive zone. All right, we got Will centering Cinco and Parker with Jake and Nate at the blue line. Not exactly sure what the holdup is here, but we drop the puck. Parker wins it back to Jake, who tries to get one on net, but a lot of traffic there. Parker gives chase below the goal line. Jake picks it up at the half wall, takes it down below the goal line, looking for somebody out front. Can't get there. Jake blows somebody up behind the net. Winterhawks pick it up behind the net, trying to get it out of the zone. Cinco trying to hold the blue line there. Puck gets through all the way down into our defensive zone. Jake picks it up, carrying the puck through, passes it to Parker at the center ice, but can't pick it up, ends up as an ice. So we're going to have a defensive zone face-off here. Braden, Caven, and Jackson up front with Connor and Bentley in back. All right, we win it back below the goal line. Looks like Winterhawks tapped the puck as we were swinging it around directly into Roman's pads. So we're gonna get back at it with another face-off here, but this time on the other side of the ice, which, you know, you love to see. All right, Jackson wins it back. Connor picks it up below the goal line, trying to swing it around, looking for somebody to get open. Still holding on to the puck, now at the half wall, looking for Braden comes in to support. The Winterhawks center it. Braden picks it up, going across the center line with speed, entering the zone with speed, looking for somebody. And Jackson supports the puck right back to Braden, who takes it around the end line, goal line, some line. Winterhawks pick up the puck and toss it down to their offensive zone, our defensive zone. Bentley swings it all the way around to Caven, who can't handle that pass. Braden gives chase at center ice. Caven picks up the puck just on the other side of the red line, tosses it down for a chip and chase, but the refs didn't like how far across the red line he was. So it looks like we got an ice heading back down in front of Roman. Far side face-off. Zach, Will, and Cooper out there with Nate and Anson behind them. All right, Zach wins the face-off back to Nate. Nate below the goal line tries to cycle it back to Zach, but no one on the Winterhawk back at the blue line. Heck of a shot, heck of a tip. Roman made a heck of a save. Lots of scrum in front. Winterhawks have it below the goal line, cycling it around to somebody at their blue line who cannot get a shot off. Zach picks it up and races down the ice, loses the puck in front of our bench. Scrum ensues. Cooper picks it up and gets it into our zone. Winterhawks lose it or chip it around at their half wall, bringing it back around the back of the net. Still below their goal line. Zach gives chase. They try to chip it up the wall at the half wall, bringing it now out of the zone, across to center ice and into the zone. All right, they chip it all the way down below. Nate loses it behind the goal line, grabs it back. Winterhawks at their blue line, gonna give it a shot, hoping for a tip. Made it through traffic, right into Roman's chest, which is what you love to see. For those of you who don't play goalie, I'm one of them. You love to see a chest save. It means that the goalie had their feet set and right in the right place. We got Jackson, Braden, and Parker with Nate and Connor and Bentley behind them. We win the face-off. We try to swing it around to Parker, who picks up the puck entering the zone on speed with a 2-on-1. Beckham makes a nice glove save from a shot from Parker. We're going to have an ozone penalty here. Or not ozone penalty, ozone face-off. Same 5 out. All right, we win the face-off, or at least control it. Braden back to Bentley for a slap shot. We're giving chase along the half wall. Braden picks it up, goes 4-on-1 against them, but they were able to separate puck from player and chip it all the way back into their O-zone. Bentley picks it up, long pass out to Braden, who gets it deep into our zone, looking for help, and tries to cycle it back into our zone. But Winterhawks were able to control and chip out. Jackson picks it up, brings it back into our defensive zone, looking for Parker at the blue line. Couldn't quite get there, but it makes it all the way into our zone, deep in the zone. And then the Winterhawks chip it right back out. Center ice. Jackson's able to control all the way over to Connor. Connor chips it to Parker. Parker enters the zone with speed, looking for a drop to Braden. Braden wasn't there, so Winterhawks chip it out. We give chase. Connor picks it up in our zone. Connor to Jackson. Jackson coming, nope, not out of our zone. Still in our defensive zone, looking for a pass to Wolfie, who drops it off. Braden, who gets tied up, but Wolfie gets it down below our goal line. Winterhawks looking to get out of their zone, but they lose it at the half wall. Jackson controls, he drops it to the goal line for... Anyways, there's a shot. Jackson, whiffed on a shot. Winterhawks control, they get it out of their zone. They're entering the speed. Jake on D, giving chase. Oh my gosh, wraparound didn't quite get there. Pass. So Roman with a great save. Braden picks it up. Oh. Enters the zone with speed, and they call us for an offsides, which wasn't there. So what I couldn't say the other side fast enough was Winterhawks wrap it around, looking for a pass out front, which was successful, looking for a backdoor tap in, but Roman must do yoga or stretch daily because he got his pad all the way over there for a save. It was impressive. Wolfie, Cooper, and Will out up front, Jake and Nate in back. All right, we win it back. Nate at center ice, looking for a D-to-D pass. but instead he goes to Wolfie, who chips it down below the goal line. Cooper skips it back to our blue line, scrum just outside of the zone. Winterhawks carry another scrum at their blue line. Winterhawks are able to enter their zone, looking for a shot, which is blocked. Winterhawks got a high shot from the high slot, a second shot from the high slot, dumping it back to their blue, and they're able to cycle it down. Got a penalty on someone right in front of Roman. Not sure who it is. Oh, it's on us, Nate, for an interference. 8.5 left in the second. Period says 1 on the board, but I've been talking for way too long for it to be the first period. 8.5 left in the second, 3-0 us. We've got a 1.5-minute penalty coming. All right, our PK right now is Connor, Jackson, Braden, and Bentley. All right, we control the face-off. Connor taking it back below the end line, trying to buy us some time. Chips it out to Bentley out front. Jackson gets it out of the zone and ices the puck. So we are going to bring it all the way back down ice and try this again. Connor comes off and Jake takes his place. So Braden, Jackson, Bentley, and Jake. Let's see how this face-off goes. Winterhawks controlled the face-off. Try to get one on net, but quite can't. Bentley working hard to win the puck. Winterhawks center. Got a tip shot in front. Roman saves. Jake picks up the puck behind the net, looking for Braden. But the puck gets out of the zone. Braden giving chase at center ice. Braden doing a hard forecheck there, making it hard for the Winterhawks to get it into the zone, which they do via chip and chase. Bentley giving chase behind the goal line, trying to buy some time. Chips it around up the net to Jackson. Jackson winning, working on a battle in the corner. 3-on-1, 3-on-2, now 3-on-3. Winterhawks get it to the blue. Braden gives chase. Now Winterhawks dump it into the zone. Bentley looking for a hit down there. Winterhawks come free with it around the back of the net. Winterhawks looking for help, cycling it around to the top of the blue. And Jackson tosses a pass out front. Braden on a breakaway. Braden on a breakaway. Braden on a breakaway. Goes forehand, backhand, forehand. Gets Beckham to move and then goes almost the Forsberg. I think it probably is the Forsberg around Beckham's glove side for a goal. 4-0 us. Still have 6 minutes on our penalty. $4-0 us. 7:04 left in the second. Shots are 21-12. Nate's gonna pop out of the box in 5 seconds. So we have 3 forwards and 1 D. Connor in back. Will Parker wins the face-off back to Zach, who carries the puck into the zone, looking for help. Parker going for centering. Beckham makes a great save. Puck goes behind end line. Zach wins the puck. Got Will out front, dumps it back behind the net, looking for a cycle. Parker gets tied up and not able to win that puck. Winterhawks get it out at the half wall, trying to get it out of the zone, but when they center it, Nate holds it into the zone. Winterhawks coming up the net, or up the boards. They try to chip the puck up the boards, but instead ice it. So we're gonna have the puck back in our O zone. We're gonna get a change. We have Cooper, Cinco, and Wolfie up front, and it looks like we're gonna have Jake and Bentley in back. Winterhawks control back behind their net. Hayden looking for somebody. Cinco gives chase and isn't able to contain Hayden. Hayden gets it across center line. Shenanigans happen. He does a chip and chase. Bentley picks it up in the corner, gets hit, arm up, ice, and I have a feeling Winterhawks are going in the box. I don't know that for certain. Or was the arm up for an ice? Arm up was for ice, which I wasn't expecting because it looked like Bentley got tabletopped. But here we are. I just run an iPhone in public ice rinks. I don't wear striped shirts. I don't care what they say. They don't make me look slim. All right, we control the face-off. Winterhawks are able to... Oh, nope, they are not. They are not able to keep it in their zone. Cinco giving chase. But Wolfie picks the puck up, enters the zone with speed, gets a hard shot off. Beckham saves. Nobody cleans up the rebound. Wolfie gets it for himself. Tries to wrap around. No one's there. Winterhawks ship it out of their zone. Jake picks it up at center ice to Bentley. Bentley trying to pass across the zone. Winterhawks pick it up at center ice. Jake picks it up in their defensive zone, our defensive zone. But the Winterhawks are able to get it back into their zone, looking for a centering pass, which they got. And then Roman made a save. And then we cleaned up the rebound because it went right behind him, which was awesome. Big fan of those, not gonna lie. 5.5 left in the second. Oh look, they changed the period on the board. Glad they caught that. 4-0 us. Jackson, Zach, and Caven up front. We control the face-off. Looks like, oh nope, Winterhawks pick it up. Winterhawks get a shot. We collect. Caven gets a pass out to center ice. Braden picks it up, loses it at the blue. Winterhawks control. Winterhawks looking to enter their zone. Unable to get much further into their zone. We pick it up. Nate has the puck, loses the puck in front, chips it up the sidewall, and then, all right, he passes it back behind the net looking for Anson. Anson gives chase. Braden picks it up at the blue line, looking for help. Gets it up to center ice before he chips it out to Caven, who gets it into our zone. Jackson is waiting. Jackson chips it back to Caven, loses it. Winterhawks pick up, and Anson gives chase, picking it up at their blue line, pounding it up the board. Winterhawks catch. Winterhawks dancing at their blue because they don't want offsides. Still trying to get it into their zone. Braden gives chase. Braden wins the puck. Braden enters the zone. Braden falls down. Will was able to... Okay, there's something going on at the blue line because, like, that's like the third person I've seen fall at the blue line. But it looks like we were offsides. Nope. No. Winterhawks are in the box. I didn't see for what. So we're running our power play with Zach and Braden in back. Parker wins the face-off, but Winterhawks control and ice the puck immediately, which will give me a chance to call out the lines. So Parker, Jackson, and Jake up front with Braden and Zach running the blue line. All right, we control the face-off, but it drops out of the zone. Braden drops back to Zach. Zach back to Braden, looking for somebody to get into the zone with. Braden brings the puck in the zone, takes it to the head. We lose the puck, and Winterhawks get it out to center ice. Zach gives chase and catches a cutting Jackson at center ice. Jackson curls back, looking for speed. Braden goes across the blue with the puck, looking for help, loses the puck, and Winterhawks pick it up. All right, Zach recollects in our O-zone to Jackson. Jackson is going to take it around the back of our net, looking for some speed, getting some speed, carries it across center ice, gets it into our zone, comes across in front of the net, over to our face-off dot, gets a shot, looking for a tip, and it wasn't there. Beckham makes a great save. Jackson, Parker, Jacob front, Zach, and Braden in back. We win it back to Jackson. Jackson looks for Braden across ice. Braden, hard shot from the point around back. Jackson recollects. Jackson curls around. Jackson brings it to the middle of the ice. Braden picks it up. He drops it to Zach. Zach over to Jackson at the blue line. Jackson looking for Braden in the center of the ice. All the way through to Beckham, who covers. Got 3 seconds left on their penalty. So I have a pretty distinct feeling that defenseman skate back hard and fast. Connor's not even, well, no, Connor is demonstrating. So we got Connor and Bentley in the back. Will wins the face-off back to who collects. Johnny is asking the question, now is the time that we start calling sticks up high? I guess it is, because that's a high sticking on Will. So it looks like we're going to have a face-off down in our defensive zone. Cooper, Connor, Wolfie, and Bentley. Zebras decide that they want to do a face-off on the other side. We collect the face-off back behind the goal line. Connor picks it up and then immediately gets taken out. We are continuing to fight for the puck up along the far boards. Winterhawks collect back on the blue. They try to dump it down but aren't successful. Bentley try to chip it up the board, also unsuccessful. Cooper's there to support, lots of fighting. Lots of fisticuffs, no actual punches thrown. Cooper comes away with the puck, centers it out to Wolfie, who gets it out of the zone, across center ice, into our zone. Still carries it, gets it below the goal line, and is going to push it up against the board and try to use the big body of his to hold on to the puck against literally 3 Winterhawks and burn some time off the clock. Puck gets free. Winterhawks collect and are trying to get it out of their zone. We get a pass up front across the blue, entered their zone. Looks like we are going to have a tripping against Connor. Yep, trip against Connor. So we're going to be 5-on-3 for 30 seconds. Buck and a half left in the period. Winterhawks win the face-off. They tried to go D to D, but didn't quite get there. Hard shot, field goal. Gonna have another face-off here. Tip shot goes into the net. I always call them field goals because I think American football should be called hand egg. Jackson taking the face-off. Jackson wins it back to Jake, who brings it around the back of the net. Tries to get it out of their zone, bounces over their stick at the blue, and we're going to do this again. Killing time. 12 seconds left on Will's penalty. Buck 15 left on Connor's. 1:13 left in the period. Jackson wins the faceoff back to Nate. He tries to chip it up the boards. Gets it. Jackson flips the puck down ice. Hey, look, there's my hand. Let's try to get that out of the shot. 1 second left in the penalty. Will be jumping out like immediately. Look for a beer league special here if Jackson wins it. Nope. Winterhawks are holding somebody back. All right, Jackson wins it back to Nate, who immediately chips it up the boards to Jackson. Jackson looking for an open Will. Has to fight through pressure, dumps it off to Will entering the zone, who drops it off to the Winterhawks, who take it around the back of the net with speed. Boy, are they going fast. Hitting a black wall right at the blue line, drops it off on their half wall. We collect, and Jackson tosses a hard pass to Brayden, who's got all the time in the world. Winterhawks pick it up in front of their net, trying to get out of their zone, across center ice, and enter the zone with speed. Nice pass at their blue, but we've got a stick that separates puck from player. Brayden at the blue line, trying to fight through pressure. All right, we're able to collect. We really are able to collect this time. Jackson chips it into the zone, and it looks like we're going for a... Looked like we were going for a change, but actually just the period's over, and I didn't notice that. 4-0 us. End of 2. 27 shots to 14. 2 seconds left on Connor's penalty. Starting the third was Wolfie, Cooper, Bentley, and Nate in the back. All right, Winterhawks collect the face-off. Fighting through center ice, they chip and take a hard hit from Wolfie. We collect it behind the back of the net, who works it up to Cooper. And we collect the puck in our zone, toss it out to Bentley. Wasn't quite able to get there. Hayden collects from the Winterhawks. Winterhawks are trying to fight it out of their zone, but Wolfie is stopping them. Bentley picks it up on support. Wolfie looking for a hard shot. Beckham's got great shoulders. Bentley collects and tries to toss it out front, but there wasn't anyone there. Winterhawks chip it out to the side. Nate from the blue line tosses one right up back on the blue. Makes a chest save and a beauty. We have Jackson, Braden, and Parker out with Anson and Jake in back. Interesting choice of arena music. I wonder why they want to keep us humble. Anyways, 4-0 us. We win the face-off, dump it around back. Winterhawks collect, trying to get it out of the zone, but they send it right to us at center ice. We collect, lose it at the center ice. Jake collects. Jake with speed coming out of our zone. We've got Jackson going with him. Jake bringing it around back, tosses in front. Winterhawks do a good job of stopping Parker. Anson collects it, goes for a hard shot. Jackson also with a hard shot from the blue line. Jackson collects at the blue line, tosses it down low. Braden giving chase. Braden giving a heck of a chase. Parker on support. Parker comes out of the scrum with it. Winterhawks won't let go of Braden's stick. Winterhawks on the near wall. Jackson wins the puck shoulder to shoulder. Tosses it to Parker, who gets it to Braden entering our zone. But Winterhawks make a good contest out of it, collect the puck, get it out of their zone, across center ice and into their zone. Hard shot as soon as they cross the blue, and then make a hard grounder to Roman. Was able to collect that like a second baseman. I say a second baseman because I played second. Not saying shortstops are better than us, they just have better PR. Anyway, Winterhawks can't seem to figure out who they want on the line. Alright, let's go Zach and Bentley out there with Caven and Connor. We win the face-off. Looking to get it out of our zone. Ooh. Winterhawks with a toss on net. Bentley up to Caven, who chips it out of our zone. Winterhawks were able to collect. Oh, Zach on a hard forecheck. Was able to pick the puck up the zone. Caven was able to collect the puck, but gets knocked off the puck hard by a Winterhawks check. Connor collects the puck in our defensive zone, takes it around the back of the net, looking for somebody open. Tosses it up, who gets contested by Winterhawk. Winterhawk collect, drop it below the goal line. Out front, 2 rebounds and a goal. Four 4-1, 10 minutes left in the third. Winterhawks collect the face-off, take it back into their zone. D2D pass trying to cycle around to the other side, but they lose it to us. Jake collects, chips it out of their zone. Cooper collects, tries to get it to no one in particular. Winterhawks collect, try to center it, get it up center ice. Nate chips it up the boards to Wolfie, entering our zone. Winterhawks cycle it to the far side. Chip and chase. They toss it below the goal line, but they only have one on the forecheck. Nate collects. Nate working it up the boards to Will. Will's looking for Wolfie, who gets hit. Winterhawks collect and drop back into their zone, trying to collect. Winterhawks get it into the zone, and immediately lose it. He chip it up the boards. Will collects it, enters the zone, taking Jake with him. Hard shot, misses the net. Nate picks it up on the half wall, gets it below the goal line. Cooper throws a hard check as the puck goes around the back of the net again. On the far side, Will collects. Will delivers a hard hit. Will gets called for a penalty. And our coaches would like to know whether or not this is soccer. Nine minutes left in the game. 4-1 out. Cinco going in the box, either for a bench penalty or for a 2 and 10. I don't know if they're going to call that boarding or head contact, but either way it wasn't. All right. We lose the face-off, but collect the puck, and then lose the puck, and Winterhawks bring it back to their blue line, try to get low, but there was no one there. Bentley brings it around the back of the net, tosses it up the boards to a streaking Braden all the way around. Braden looking for a shot, collects the puck down in the corner. Winterhawks collect and try to get it out of their defensive zone, drop the puck off at center ice, but we separate puck from player at their blue. They get it back from us, looking for a shot. Good centering job, better job from Connor tying up the man in front. Jackson gets the puck into our zone, hard on the forechecking his own puck. Braden Jackson. All right. Jackson tries to get the puck deep into the zone, but it goes off of the Winterhawks helmet. We get it deep into their zone. Looks like we're trying to kill time. Braden takes a hard hit. Killing time. Winterhawks get it across center ice. They try to chip and chase, but they don't chip it far enough. Connor collects, tosses it across the ice to Parker. Parker streaking into the zone. He's playing 1-on-3, trying to get us some time. Hard shot. Beckham with a save. Winterhawks get the puck on the half wall. Braden doing work to keep the puck in. Connor gets a stick on the puck at the blue line, gets the puck down below the goal line. Winterhawks collect work. Winterhawks trying to get it up the boards, but can't. Zach stops him. Braden collects, who tosses it across in front to Parker, who makes a stabbing tip to go 5-hole on Beckham. 5-1 us. 7:12 left in the game. Back to even strength. Parker, Cooper, and Zach out front. Jake collects the face-off and gets it up into our zone. Zebras are going to call a trip. Not on Jake, but somebody tripped Jake as he was going across the blue line. So we're going to have a face-off down in our offensive zone. Standard power. Oh no, we're mixing up the power play configuration. Jackson and Zach in back. Braden and Jake on the wings. Parker is centering. No, if they don't want to send somebody out, let us play 5-on-3. It's fine. Okay, well, they decide they want to send someone out. So now we're playing 5-on-4. But their fourth can't figure out where they want to go. All right, Parker collects the face-off. Braden makes a hard save. One-timer, Jackson to Parker. Jackson collects the puck on the far wall. Dumps it, cycles it back down behind the goal line. Parker collects. Passes it to Parker out front. Sorry, because that was Zach on the hard shot. Beckham makes a belly save. Winterhawks win the face-off. Take it around the back of the net, try to chip it up the boards, but we're able to collect. Jackson dances a little bit, gets the puck below the goal line, looking for Braden at the dot. Zach up high, brings it back to Braden. Braden back to Zach. Zach looking for Jackson on the far side. Jackson holding onto the puck. Jackson across the ice to Braden. Braden dumps it to Zach and brings it out of our zone, brings it across half ice, chips it into the zone, and gives chase. Forechecks hard, is able to get the puck around the back of the net. Parker collects, Parker goes far side to Braden. Lost space there. Hard shot around the back of the net. Parker picks up. Parker looking for a shot. Beckham makes a glove save and then freezes. 11 seconds left on the penalty. 5.5 left in the game. Jake, Connor, Bentley, Cooper, and Wolfie. Winterhawks win the face-off back into the corner. Cooper gives chase, who wins the puck back. Connor with a really hard shot, then Bentley collects, looking to center the puck. Fight in the corner. Winterhawks win it and swing the puck back around. Cooper, giving hard chase, ends up winning the battle, but Bentley goes and gives them the business. I think we're going to have a 2-10 here, folks. I think we're going to have a boarding. Yep. I don't know if it's boarding, but it's definitely a 2-10. Which it looks like Caven is going to start. Connor, Nate, Jackson, and Brayden. Jackson wins the puck back off the boards, though, right in front of Roman. Winterhawks take it back below the goal line. Jackson tries to chip it off of the boards, but instead chips it off of the literal glass that protects the spectators. So we're back at a face-off. Jackson wins it back almost to the exact same spot. Nate carries it back behind the net, taking 2-on-1, ends up winning the battle and looking for help. Chips it up off the board, out of the zone. Winterhawks collect at center ice. Winterhawks bring it to near side, then drop it back into their defensive zone, trying to into the zone with speed, but Braden stops him at center ice. Jackson collects as they ship it into their zone. Jackson brings it on the back of the net. Jackson ships it hard off the wall to Braden, but Winterhawks collect and are reconvening in their defensive zone. Hard and fast into our zone now. They dump it at the half wall, dump it down into their zone, and are now at the point. Connor breaks it all up, and now Winterhawks center. Oh, good stick from Braden to prevent the shot. Braden tosses sauce to Jackson on a rush. Winterhawks break it up and cause us to go offsides. "13 seconds left on the penalty. Nate, Zach, Braden, and Jake out for us. 13 seconds left, 4 minutes in the game. Winterhawks win the face-off, collect it back. Pass into the zone. Hard shot. We give chase. They swing it around. Hard shot. Roman chips. Winterhawks collect on the far half wall. They chip it below the zone. Nate gives chase, who chips it up the boards to Parker. Parker enters the zone with Zach. Zach off of the top of the pipe and out of the rink. Connor and Anson are playing blue line. Zach, Parker, and Cooper up front. Winterhawks collect, bring it around the back of the net. No, they don't. They stop. They bring it up the near wall, pass it to Connor, no longer a Winterhawk, who brings it back to the red line and gets into a scrum. Still scrumming. This isn't rugby, boys. All right, Winterhawks take it out and bring it into their zone. Anson breaks up the shot. They get it below the goal line. Anson is able to separate. Cooper is now collecting the puck and bringing it into our zone. Parker's helping him. Ooh, hard shot off the pipe. All right. Lost puck shenanigans on the far wall. Gets it out of our zone. Parker is able to collect in the neutral, bring it down below the goal line, looking for help. Tries to dump it to Zach, but Winterhawks are able to break that up. Winterhawks get it out of our zone, into their zone, but stop giving chase. They're trying to get a change. And Anson swings it around to Connor. Connor centers it out of the zone. Winterhawks collect, trying to not go off sides. Zach giving chase on the forecheck. And we break it up in the neutral. Winterhawks reconvene in their defensive zone, trying to go east and west. Forgetting they do, in fact, need to go north and south. We pick up the puck at center ice. All right. We collect the puck. Parker brings it into the zone, 1-on-5, waiting for help. Parker gets a hard shot. I don't know what the whistle was for. .147 left in the game. Shots are 36-19, 5-1 us. Cinco, Jackson, and Braden up front. Passes back to Jake. Hard shot from the point. Beckham with a good glove save. Jake and Nate in back. All right. I guess you could say that we won the face-off there. Jackson hard pushed it forward to himself for a hard shot that Beckham was able to collect. Are we going to go 3 for 3? Let's find out, folks. Yes, we are. Jackson wins it back. Cinco collects, he gets it to Jake. Jake dumps it low into the zone. Braden collects, got Cinco out front, but he dumps it back to Nate. Nate, hard shot from the point. Beckham gets a glove on it. Jake dumps it out front to Braden, who is able to pound home his own rebound. That makes it 6-1. .17 left in the game. Shots are 41-19. Wolfie, Parker, and Cooper out there. We will lose the face-off. Winterhawks entering the zone, chip and chase. Toss it around the back of the net. Connor collects, loses it. Winterhawks have it at the half wall. They lose it. Connor collects, tosses it across the ice to Cooper. Cooper brings it into our zone, looking for help, looking for a shot. Gets it below the end line. Cooper two-hand shoves somebody up against back and forth. A penalty, but the Winterhawks collect the puck and bring it into our zone, and we lose it. We don't lose it. We are able to collect it because it was a shot to Roman. sure why we're playing 5-on-3. But Wolfie's in the box and Cooper's in the box. All right. Win the face off. Hard shot, misses the net, goes around back. Giving chase. Winterhawks collector on the back of the net. 3 hard strides. Hard shot into Roman's gut. Jake, Nate, and Cinco. Cinco is not able to win that face-off. Winterhawks go D to D looking for a shot. Roman kicks it out wide, hard. Winterhawks collect on the half wall. Hard shot again. Roman's able to collect that shot. Winterhawks give chase for a rebound, but Nate stops them. And then the Winterhawks decide that the correct response is to hit him in the gut with a stick. And so now somebody has to go sit down. So we're playing 5-on-4 for the next 16 seconds. Winterhawks collect the face-off, bring it around the back of the net. Zach giving chase. Zach collects the puck. Scrum at the blue. Zach again collects the puck, looking for Connor. Connor, hard slapper behind the back of the net, and that's game, folks. That is game. 6-1 us. Final shots are 42-22. We'll see you all back tomorrow.